Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. Today is going to be a little bit different. This is a breaking story that I want to quickly give you guys my thoughts. But before we get into it, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. So we just got some breaking news on Ben Simmons. We have done a ton of videos on Ben Simmons, right? Charles Barkley has come out and said things about him. Shaquille O'Neal has come out and said things about him. I have come out and said things about him. Then you still have some people out there like Gilbert Arenas and these guys out there defending him. Oh, no, you have to see it from his angle. What they did to him is wrong. Jay Williams is another one that's good at coddling players. Oh, no. What they did to him was wrong and all of these different things. So what happened? Essentially, Ben Simmons, from what I'm hearing from Adrian Wojnarowski, the Sixers coach Doc Rivers threw Ben Simmons out of practice today, and the suspension came shortly thereafter, sources tell ESPN. Let me just read a little bit here from ESPN.com. The Philadelphia 76ers suspended Ben Simmons for one game for conduct detrimental to the team on Tuesday. The team announced Simmons will serve the suspension Wednesday for the season opener against the New Orleans Pelicans. Coach Rivers threw Simmons out of practice Tuesday, and the suspension came shortly thereafter, sources tell ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski. Ben Simmons just got thrown out of practice. This is the aspect of this story I want to focus on, okay? Because this is still breaking news, and the information is still very fresh. I want to understand, where is Rich Paul in all of this? Where is his counsel in all of this? What type of counsel do you have that creates a scenario in which you have your client getting thrown out of practice, and then at the same time you want that team to trade away this player, trade him to another team, and other teams are going to be sitting back looking at Ben Simmons and saying to themselves, what? I can't wait to have him. Some people are talking about the Brooklyn Nets potentially trying to go after Ben Simmons to swap him out with Kyrie Irving. For all of the drama that surrounds Kyrie Irving, I've never heard of Kyrie Irving being thrown out of an NBA practice by his coach. I've never heard anything like that. I've never seen Kyrie Irving in a playoff game completely disappear and capitulate under the pressure. I've never seen anything like that from Kyrie Irving. I was listening today to First Take, and I was listening to Nick Wright with his slick self talking about by far the most valuable player out there that people can go after. The most valuable player by far that people can go. Nick Wright knows exactly what he's doing, right? We all know that Kyrie Irving could possibly be one of those players that could get traded. And talking about if Ben Simmons has all of this high value, I don't see it. Basketball is a team sport, which means you have to interact with individuals. You're not playing on an island. I don't see a scenario in which Ben Simmons can move to another team and that other team will be welcoming him with open arms after seeing how he's behaving in Philadelphia. The guy's not even conducting himself as a professional, for God's sake. And now you're being thrown out of a practice by your head coach, Doc Rivers? For what? First, you hold out. You say you don't want to go to Philly. You hold out. You start losing money under the guidance or the recommendation of your agent. You lose money. Then all of a sudden you appear in Philly, and all of a sudden you're there. Then you get there and we're watching videos of you looking dejected at the practice, not being a part of the huddle, twisting your face and all of these different things. So my question is this: why did you go? No, not even that. What exactly is the strategy here? The first strategy was, I'm going to hold out. Okay, now the next one is what? I'm going to go to camp and then become a nuisance? Is this where this situation is heading to? This is one of the reasons why Shaq and players like this are coming after him. Shaq said, you're not that good, bro. Ben Simmons is doing a lot for somebody that is not that good. I think people are acting like Ben Simmons is some type of like Giannis Antetokounmpo, Kawhi Leonard, like he's on one of these. He's an all-star that's a very good defender and a playmaker, and that's it. He's also a player that does not want to improve, period, end of story. Look at his numbers. For example, if we just look at Ben Simmons' stats just from last season, and you tell me based on these numbers, does these numbers do they justify a player like this acting like this? Look at his numbers. It's not like as if we're talking about a James Harden who was being a bit difficult with the Houston Rockets. At least he showed up and he was on the court playing, right? Not Ben Simmons. Listen to his numbers last season. Last season in the regular season, He averaged 14 points per game, which is down 2 points from the year prior. He shot 30% from the three, 61% from the free throw line, 56% from the free throw line. Got you 7.2 rebounds, 6.9 assists, and 1.6 steals. Great player. I thought he should have been the defensive player of the year last year. This was my honest number. This was my honest opinion, right? I thought he should have been the defensive player of the year, given the fact of how many perimeter players he has to guard in the NBA today, given the fact how open the NBA is. You can't handshake, you can't do all of these different things. So for a defensive player to be able to stay with guys and bother them and cause them to shoot lower percentages that they would normally, I thought that a player like that should be recognized and given a defensive player of the year, and given the fact once they got into the playoffs, Rudy Gobert, who was a back-to-back defensive player of the year, was taking advantage of in many different situations. Those were his numbers last season. Let's get into the playoffs. In the playoffs last season, I'm gonna read off his numbers. He averaged 12 points per game, 8.8 rebounds, 1.3 steals, 34% from the three, 62% from the 62% field goal shooting from the field. And we remember the last game, I think he scored 5 points. 5 points. The last time we saw Ben Simmons in a playoff game, he scored, I believe it was 4 or 5 points. He was abysmal. He was terrible. And now you're being thrown out of practice. So this is what I think is going to happen. I think what he's trying to do is stink up the joint. He said to himself, you know what? These guys don't want to trade me. I'm going to go there and act a complete nuisance. And Doc Rivers seems to be somebody that is probably had it up to here with him. Right? A lot of people are saying, oh, Doc shouldn't have said this, Doc shouldn't have said that. I think Doc Rivers said a lot of dumb things. And you know, one of the dumb things that he said about him was when they asked him, why do you keep Ben Simmons late in games when he's a liability in late games? The dumb thing he said was, oh, you expect me to take him off the floor? Yes, we expect you to take him off the floor. Take a page out of one of your protege's books, your assistant coach's books, in Tyronn Lue. Tyronn Lue with the Los Angeles Clippers would bench anybody if he felt that making that decision would lead the Clippers to win an NBA game, right? A playoff game. Ty Lue did not spare anyone's feelings when it came to winning. Doc Rivers, on the other hand, needed to keep Ben Simmons in the game because he wanted to do the right thing. But the other reason he probably did it was this. Ben Simmons, he would have probably lost him completely. The guy already doesn't have any confidence when it comes to shooting anyway. So imagine now benching him late in fourth quarters. This guy would probably go in the locker room and curl up into a ball and start crying or something like this. I don't understand what is happening. And the people I want to hear from are the people that are supporting this nonsense. There's still a few outliers out there that feel as if this guy has a point. And in my opinion, he has no point. I have not heard of a situation in which Kyrie Irving has been thrown out of an NBA practice. I've never heard something like this before. In fact, this is the first time I'm probably hearing it, that an all-star got thrown out of a practice because he was insufferable, and the coach finally said enough is enough. So now he's being suspended for opening night. Where does this go next? And the people you also have to point fingers at is the Philadelphia 76ers. When you enable nonsense, you get nonsense, and this is what you're getting. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Once again, this is Charles here from Dreamerspro. Wishing you guys an amazing day. Catch you guys on the next episode.